What is up, comrades? This is MF Kraven here with another less than 10-minute review. Today I look at Moviehouse, the film studio Tycoon. Is it a buy it now, wait for sale, or don't buy? Let's find out. A movie-making tycoon that takes you from the 80s as a small-time movie studio to a conglomerate. You start by hiring a writer and director, and you're given two random genres that you can play around with. From there, you make scripts, fill in settings, hero, villain, give it to your director, set a budget on how big your film will be, fill your cast, set the budget for cast, props, and set design, occasionally run into some drama like not knowing what to do in a certain situation while filming, and finish your film. You will then go back to your writer's trailer to distribute your film or enter a film festival. Eventually, hire a crew to explore your surrounding areas to film, create props, and that's about it. You have a skill tree. You can unlock other genres, tools to train your staff, and you can unlock more cards used by your writer to write in new settings, like, for example, new heroes, villains. The good? Total creativity. You can name everything, anything you want, and that can be a ton of fun. You get to see the numbers go up. This is a tycoon game after all. When you're doing good. The gameplay mechanic is fun to learn. What pairs well with what genre? For example, having a serial killer be the hero to a romance might not be a suitable match. But that could be completely arbitrary if you ask me, which leads me to the bad. See, although I'm having a bit of fun, the game feels unfinished. There's no evolution past what the devs have made each genre have a good movie with. Why can't a serial killer be the hero of a romance and the villain be an FBI agent? When you set out casting, there are two choices, which after a while you can upgrade their star power and more relatively unknown actors come to casting calls. Nothing really happens. You just leave it to your imagination, which would be fine, but the entire theme of the game is kind of like that. When entering a film festival, you kind of have to look around to see what you placed. And even if you have more technically sound movies, like for example a 23-21 rating, I still seem to place 4th or 5th, even after sacrificing 2K fans to place better in a film festival. You can overwork your staff and never fully adjust their payment, and they won't complain or anything. They'll complain if you don't place good in a film festival, which I didn't even know how I place until I squinted in certain directions. In my opinion, there should be a vibrant and in-your-face placement. I was on to making indie films, still paying my writers and director what I hired them onto, while I reeled in the cash. And if their morale/tiredness was too low, then I just send them on vacation. It didn't matter because my writer usually had at least 3 or 4 scripts written and ready to go. There is a power up, and I'll call it just that. When you buy it, you can invest in your competition, so once you do that, you will get residual income from them. I invested so much that even if I did nothing, my writers and directors' budgets would not even affect me if I did nothing for, say, a year. Because what the residual income was higher than my wages for my writer and director. And a lot of these things can be forgiven, but you know what can't be forgiven? How poorly optimized the game is. There's no keyboard input support, so your guess is as good as mine as to what key is used to pause, play, and fast forward time. Then when I thought, okay, I got the hang of this, I know which button, which key does which what. If, for example, I went on my crew page to get them to explore somewhere in the desert, it would be fast forwarding time, and in the early game it would cost me the wages of my writer and director plus any other project that I had going on, and it was just demoralizing. Plus, look, the game stutters so much. For a game that can be probably played on something like Newgrounds or Miniclip, it stutters too damn much. And the problem is that I really want to like this game. A lot of things could be forgiven, but at the current price, and I mean, the game isn't even early access, it's full release. I don't know if this is a game that I can recommend. There is some fun to be had, but ultimately it's more frustrating than fun majority of the time. My recommendation, don't buy.